Your son's been arrested. Possession of cocaine, intent to supply. 3 to 5 years minimum.
Because I wrote it? No, I just decided that I wanted to kind of do a crime thriller at the time, just show London in a different light, and kind of make a film that was just slightly different to other things that we'd seen before.
It's been going for quite a while now, and we started off, we met and we made a short film, which was BAFTA nominated, opened some doors for us, which was got in the right contacts. We got Kidulthood, we then made a sequel, Adulthood, and it got to a point where we wanted to do something of our own, something fresh and something new, and George was willing to have a go at writing, and you know, we battered out through character, plot, but it was all generally for a kind of thriller, cop thriller idea was the starting point.
Well, I just think it's all about evolution, isn't it, really? You kind of get to a point where you feel you've done enough of something. And it's not that we really enjoyed making those films. It was just a case of trying to show London in a slightly different light. We had been very much shooting in West London in this pocket called Ladbroke Grove for our last 2 films, and we just wanted to do something kind of a bit more expansive and different this time. And
you grow up a little bit, and also I think more 3-dimensional characters start interesting you. You know, the father characters and things, you can go a bit deeper into those. Yeah, it's a question of growing up, I think. Yeah, my love has always been acting in the first instance, and producing just kind of happened because you know you kind of start to do everything, because to know one thing, if you know everything, it's going to help you with the other things anyway. And I think when working with George and going over the script and developing it, when you come to then filming it, you know it inside out, and you know each character inside out. So, you know, you're way ahead of everybody else, and it feels great to be able to get there, you know. It's
and you can pick your own role, really, couldn't you?
Well, no, not really, you know, it's got to be right. You don't want to cut your nose off to spite your face. And you know, I would never try and put myself in a role that wasn't right for me. But I think
also I didn't really give him much choice, if I'm honest. I just it was also, I said to him, you know, this is the role I'm going to write for you. And then it was
actually developed as well. But it's interesting because with all the other characters, because we were living together at the time as well, and interestingly enough, my character was kind of the last one to develop. And I wonder if that's because we know each other so well, and we were working on all the other characters. And then finally we get to mine, and it actually grew somewhat. And especially when you have someone like Gabriel coming on set, you know, and, you know, he's got a great way, you know, he's already thought ahead of his character thoughts, you know, and he wouldn't speak to me because of this, you know, father and son, you know, divide that we have. And you know,
there's also a lack of trying to be self-indulgent on the picture as well. You know, you want to write a film that's kind of, you know, it's not, we set out to make an ensemble piece.
Yeah,
so
it's not about us. It's about the movie being as best as it can possibly be. You know.
One day you're gonna have to shoot someone in the back.
You've got the wrong man.
And when that moment comes, you ain't gonna give a shit about procedure.
Take the money and run.
You wanted to play? You're playing.
Literally, it was like that. It was like I said to Pierre, we said we were on holiday, sitting on a beach. I said, dude, I got this idea for a film.
Great setting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on the
we
beach.
were going through all the movie channels.
And, like, these movie channels, like,
movie channels, and they were putting them all into weird set, like the horror and action and comedy, and we're like, that's not an action movie, or that's not a comedy.
That's right.
And we kind of just, what are we going to do? What could we, you know, as base as that, you start from somewhere. you know. And then it was George loves the crime thriller type of thing, and then it kind of like The Driver was a big influence.
I'm just gonna go away and write. Well, I opened the laptop. I didn't really know exactly where the story was going to go. I just decided to start writing it probably about 14 months, probably, like, you know, start to finish. And then it was probably at a good point. Because, I mean, you kind of finish the first draft after about 6 months. But really, I mean, probably be much shorter now because I know really what I'm doing. But initially it was like 6 months. Then there's the rewrite and you have to go back to it, revise it.
It's like in stages as well. Because you'd get, you know, your beginning and middle and end, roughly. So you get a story structure. And then once you get your main characters in there, the through line of action going, and then all the little bits come for your next drafts. So then you start adding layer on layer on layer, and that's when you get your three-dimensional characters coming in.
Yeah, I think probably try and do a film that's not London-based. I mean, maybe that's
nice
next.
To expand.
Yeah, we'd like to, but I'm not sure. You know, don't know right now exactly
There's
what we're going to do.
still room enough to do more stuff in London. There's plenty, you know, there's plenty more to do. That, you know, this is just the scratch on the surface of why do they make different genre movies in the States that we don't necessarily make. We don't have a wider scope of type movies that we make, and why. And we wanted to try and make a movie that was different.
Yeah. I mean, I'd just say it's a fast-paced London crime thriller. Energy, yeah.
Energy, class. Classy London.
Yeah, a kind of noirish picture as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
#Boom.
The moment's arrived. The question is, are you man enough to take it?